thought the first period, the tide turned in the first half, and the first half of that period, and a couple good shifts by those guys, and put us back on our heels, and we never recovered. Well, I think a combination for sure. I mean, this hockey team last night played as near a perfect game as I've seen. I mean, they were outstanding. One penalty, line after line. It's one of those games where every single hockey player was playing great. And from the drop of the puck, we didn't quite have that today. And part of that was because Minnesota was, I mean, we scout Minnesota a lot. I think that's one of the better games I've seen them play. They were good, and their young guys were good, and all the credit to Minnesota, how well they played today. And that was a really important factor, because there was opportunities for us to come back in the game. If they weren't on, we could have been a better game. Yeah, and a million different factors that we won't get into, but David's been great. And we just felt like for David to come back and with the jet lag that he had, and just try and play against the best team in the country yesterday would have been hard for anybody. And then Jackson was outstanding, and he was outstanding in this game. He kept us in it. And he gave up two, and I'm not sure any of those were his fault. But we needed a momentum change, and he knows that. And something needed to change in that game, because you could tell it was going in the wrong direction. Yeah. So we decided to do that. I was going to call a timeout quick too in the first period, because there was a change of brewing in that game, and then David came in and was outstanding again. So that's when you have two goaltenders playing like that. That's a good sign. If there's a positive to that game, it was the way David played. I got nothing but respect for Bob. He brought me out of high school hockey to come back, and you know, we coached together, and he's a friend, and I have a lot of respect for him. And yeah, you know what? It wasn't fun losing, but to his credit, good for them and good for him.
I mean, if you look at the scoreboard, yeah, but you know, that's what happens when you step off the pedal in college hockey for however many minutes it was. There were some bits and pieces of us playing good hockey, but you know, if you're going to be playing with the big boys, it's going to take a lot more than just playing a few minutes in a game. Yeah, it was kind of feeling out the game. You know, playing against Minnesota, some of these young guys haven't really experienced the rivalry that comes with, and they're just kind of settling it down. They were nervous. We had some guys that were nervous, and you know, that's when we kind of took the pedal off the gas in the second period there a little bit and let those three in. But I think both of our goalies played great. They bailed us out. Could have been 8-0. Could have been 8-1. Both Jackson and David really kept us in there. Maybe a little bit with some penalties, and that was a big thing going into the game, was discipline. I think there's a few times there where we could have, you know, maybe not hit a guy as hard as we did, or you know, done the retaliation or something like that. But you know, it's a team game, and those power plays that we had, we could have capitalized on it. Would have been a different game. But I think it's good having that physicality during the game, especially games like that with a rivalry, in-state rivalry. You got to have that physicality. Yeah, just like keep it going. You know, we had a good 2 years with him, and obviously when I had him out in World Juniors, I had a good connection with him there. So it was really good to see him and Rabs. It's, you know, we do miss them, but we got a good coaching staff now, and you know, it would have been nice to get the W there, but it's whatever.